most of the time we just keep moving along. We don't stop and really truly inventory and take in all of the goodness that we have accumulated, learned, and achieved over time. Today I was listening to a podcast about that very thing. It was all about, it was with an ADHD business coach and a productivity coach. And interestingly, that conversation and that combination is exactly what I am, which I thought was in and of itself quite interesting. But what they said was that it's things I knew, but I loved hearing again. And it had to do with our accomplishments and how our brain actually needs to be trained to take in our accomplishments so that we make room for the bigger, they didn't say this part, so that we make room to create the bigger, better, maybe not better, but the next greatest version of ourselves that we are, that lives inside of us, that we then need to grow into if we want to continue to move up the upward spiral. And I say all of this as I am very moved and inspired to share with you something that I really am just truly taking in right now. And I know you know this, and I know this, but boy, I just brought it in a whole new level for some reason today. I am the owner and creator of the sacred spiral outside in my backyard. It is a place, especially before Mother's Day when all the bugs come out, I can come out, be in the sunshine, do my tarot and oracle cards, light my candles, listening to my quiet music, be inspired. And you know what? This spiral that I'm going to show you in a second actually came from that exact practice, that quiet practice that I did about 13 months ago. And a year ago today, this was just dead grass and dead wildflowers and really bad soil sitting here. And so I'm going to switch the camera around and really, I'm going to invite you to really take it in as I take it in, and then to ask yourself, what have I accomplished? Even if it's the tiniest, ittiest, bittiest little itty bitty teeny weeny little thing. And that's what the podcast was all about. It was about, wow, I took 5 minutes for myself before the kids went to school. It can be so little because that's the practice that creates the bigger accomplishments. All right, so I'm going to turn this around. I want to show you this. This spiral, that came from Costa Rica. I love the blueness of the sky. Just 1 week ago, it was actually last Tuesday as I'm recording this, it was snowing out here. There's the Green Goddess log leading to the Green Goddess Hill. And here is my beautiful card for my inspiration today. And I found a couple of leftover rocks from last year when we did the retreat right here. Ace of Cups, and I have a heart and a moon rock, and these were buried under the snow for all winter, And here it is. Listen to the birds in the background. Probably you can hear that. And I brought like a sweatshirt and I brought a blanket because the other day I was out here and believe me, I needed a blanket. No blanket needed today. Amazing. And each one of these arms actually shoots off to a different direction and it has meaning. I'm not going to talk about that right now because I want to bring back the point. The point is that change doesn't happen in big chunks. Change happens very slowly over time. Change happens with little, tiny, imperceptible, itty-bitty little differences that you allow yourself. And I allowed myself last winter and early spring. I allowed myself to dream. I allowed myself to rest. I allowed myself to dream up what I might want. And then I allowed myself to ask for it. And then I allowed myself to invest in it. It wasn't a lot of money. But what it did was it created the momentum. And it served, and it does serve, as a spiritual beacon. And now, as I embark on my third retreat in September, this coming September, it's now April 14th. It's only a few months away, and I just made the most amazing, beautiful sales page that people are telling me feels so peaceful, and they can't wait to come. I realized as I made that I've been making this all my life, or at least these last few years. And you can too. Well, I'd love you to make some stuff with me. I'm going to be opening up. I am open. It's open now. Spring. You can come to our spring cohort. If you're interested, DM me and I will get you the info and we can talk and see if you'd be a great fit. In the spring, what we'll do is, it's got to be, sorry, but you've got to be a woman. I'm creating a women's circle only. Over 10 weeks, we're going to meet, not every week, about 6 times. We'll create beautiful stuff. And when I say beautiful stuff, I mean slow and steady, keeping that bold desire alive, big dreams alive. Little bits, because that's how things get accomplished. In small, steady steps that allow us to dig deep and wonder and notice and move forward together. And then we'll rest and keep connected, keep our dream alive over the summer, move closer and closer to September, to autumn. I don't want to wish away the summer. The summer's amazing. But what we'll do is we'll really celebrate when we get to that September time. Commune together, eat amazing food, be out in the hammocks, be over near the river, watch as the trees change their colors, learn new things about ourselves, pour into ourselves, pour into other people, receive, dance. Please join me.